In spite of some recent comments from Ford saying that they were going to maybe slow down their electric development a little bit because sales weren't what they had hoped they would be, well, Ford has just made an interesting decision. They're cancelling, as in getting rid of, 3 different gasoline-powered models completely. Not just model lines, but the entire model in a push for more electric cars. Why? Well, they want their new electric vehicle platform to basically displace gasoline for much of the company's car production. They think it's going to be so good that people will want that instead of their gasoline-powered cars. That's really good news. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. And Ford is going to fight on their hands. I mean, obviously the big 3 do. Stellantis, General Motors, and Ford dealing with the current union demands. The union wants increase in salary by 46% and reduction of the working week to 32 hours. That's going to be an interesting one. Apparently a strike is about to happen. It's been voted for approval for all 150,000 UAW union staff working for those 3 companies to just walk off the job. It's going to happen all at once at the same time. Hopefully it doesn't stop Ford from working on its EV plans because it needs to continue to progress them. So what are Ford doing? Well, Ford have taken a 2-pronged approach to its product lineup, offering high-margin gasoline models in select segments while slowly ramping up electric vehicle production. They had hoped to be able to hit a run rate on EVs of 600,000 by the end of this year, but obviously they're nowhere near that, not even a fraction of that number, maybe 20% maximum. But anyhow, Ford are definitely trying to improve the customer experience, as we've seen with NACS. Adopting NACS, Ford were the first company to say it needs to be done. Kudos to them for that. Although the company is finding the electric transition to be harder than they had previously thought it would, they have delayed some production goals this year, for example, pretty significantly. Executives are still speeding ahead with development of a 2nd-generation platform to underpin EVs assembled at the new Ford assembly plant in Tennessee and a retooled EV plant in Oakville, Ontario. CEO Jim Farley said the company plans to quadruple hybrid sales in the next 5 years, following success with the hybrid Maverick and F-150 pickups. However, 3 long-time models, the Ford Escape, the Ford Edge, and the Ford Transit Connect, are slated to be deleted from Ford's lineup and to be replaced with electric vehicles. Of course, Ford's E-Transit, it's pretty much the only largely sold electric van in North America. There's not a whole lot of competition in this area, so Ford's going to focus on building more of the E-Transit. Ford Pro, the company's commercial business unit, boosted the range of the E-Transit this year by 48% with a model that can travel up to 186 miles on one charge. That's a huge improvement. This longer range option with faster charging capabilities is a huge improvement over the base model, which has only 126 miles of range. Ford, though, are going to redesign the E-Transit on a brand new EV platform and shift production to a Ohio assembly in 2026. This new EV platform should enable around 250 miles of range in the Ford E-Transit, plus faster charging speeds. Ford also are working on ramping up production of the F-150 Lightning, but they say that the new version with the new platform will be much better, have faster charging, and of course have more range. It'll be a significant improvement. In addition to that, Ford is obviously working on a Ranger electric pickup truck. Plus, they want to be able to produce 500,000 Ford F-150 Lightnings every single year. The Explorer EV is coming as well. Details of the long-awaited Ford Explorer size EV have started to emerge. Ford executive this year said the affordable 3-row, as in 6 or 7 seat crossover, will have a pretty staggering 350-mile range. We're not sure what this car will be called, but it'll be a similar size to the current Ford Explorer. And it will be built at the Oakville assembly plant once it converts to an EV facility in 2025. In other words, we're not going to see that car for around 18 months. Mustang Mach-E. US sales of the Mach-E have declined 21% this year through July. There's unfortunately not a whole lot of demand for the Mach-E, even though it's very, very affordable right now. Ford has some pretty big discounts. You can get one for around $41,000 with the current discount in many states in North America. People should be buying them because if you add up the EV tax, the incentives, $7,500 in tax incentives, you're looking at a price for around $34,000 US. Very, very affordable. It's just not selling very well though. Ford said all standard range models will soon offer lithium iron phosphate batteries. Now here's the kicker for Ford. This will drastically reduce the price for Ford to manufacture its cars. Ford right now is making a loss of well over $20,000 US on average per car they sell that's electric. That's not sustainable. If they sell more EVs, then they lose more money. However, if Ford can put lithium iron phosphate batteries in the majority of its EVs without any range penalty, which they say that they may be able to do so, then they will have a significant advantage over most of their competition, of course, except for Tesla, who already deployed lithium batteries in more than 50% of the cars they sell worldwide. A next generation Mustang Mach-E, though, is planned in 2027. Production will continue in Mexico. Super Duty. A recent redesign of the Super Duty lineup has helped push US sales of Ford's F-Series pickups by 25% this year. Now, we don't have any updates on the Super Duty being electrified. They probably won't happen for a few years until we start to see higher energy density batteries. Unquestionably, it will happen though before 2030. You're going to see some incredibly compelling Super Duty, heavy duty pickup trucks before 2030 with ranges of 400 plus miles. It's unquestionably coming. It's just going to take a few years to get there. Now, speaking of the Ranger, we haven't heard a lot about Ford's electrification of the Ranger, but it is almost certainly coming. There's rumors coming out of everywhere about the Ford Ranger being electrified. Ford will have a hybrid version of the Ranger coming relatively soon. But even better than that, I think, is when they bring out the next gen electric version. So it's good to hear that Ford is getting rid of some of their internal combustion engine vehicles in order to focus more on EVs. It sounded to me recently as though maybe they're going to slow down the EV plans, but maybe that's not the case, seeing what Ford has just revealed. Thank you for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Bye-bye.